Hello, this is a Foxxy game that White won by resignation, and it's a very typical game for Fox, where lots of stones died, mostly black. All these central groups are captured. So a pretty convincing game by White. Let's see how it developed. So first of all, we have a parallel Fuseki. So far so good. A very modern Joseki with this kick, and actually White keeps things simple. Simply take the corner, black extends for a base. Now White plays an inside approach. White has the option to go O3 or Sun invasion, or simply defend the lower left corner F3 or C6. But it's fine to attack the inside at R6. And now R14, it's a way to speed up the Fuseki, but it seems very similar to a handicap style play. Normally when you play, for example, 4 handicap, White is spreading the stones much faster like this, but in an even game, it's not necessary to overplay. It's good enough to play the slide and extend for a base, which is the basic Joseki, or use the attach and the Hane. And we have this kind of Joseki that it's really common nowadays. But yeah, you can try other things as well. So in this position, the most common move for White is to come back to Q10. So White will try to cover the right side in a few moves, and this looks very much like a handicap 4 game, for example. But Black could also play Q10 to prevent a nice extension for White. So when Black plays a move like Q10, actually Black puts equal pressure on both White stones on the side. So this would be a bit more fighting spirit from Black. But White extends on the left side. It's possible for White to play R16 and fix the top right corner with the Joseki we've seen before, like this or like this. It's still okay for White to go attach R4 and fix this corner. And of course, the most common move is just extend back to Q10. But White decides to take care of this corner and then approach the left side, which is also nice. Because if White plays Q10, Black should probably extend on the left side at C6 and expand that moyo and make the best of his D11 extension. So this is a nice way to use that extension and set up a moyo on the left. And the game looks quite balanced right now. So therefore, White took this C6 point just to prevent Black develop more on the left side. Anyway, Black played the kick, which is fine, but Black can still consider Q10. Usually in a symmetrical position, you play in the middle. So when we just look at this position on the board, with 2 stones in the corner, another 2 stones, and those extensions on the right, the perfect spot to invade is Q10. So back to the original game. Black kicks, White goes up, and Black takes away the extension. Now if you think about it, let's say Black plays a move here. And if White extends at Q10, that still looks ideal for White on the right side, because the extension, it's in the right place. So it's 3 space away from the 2 stones extension up. So this means for Black, it's also interesting to play this middle side split or pincer in order to put some pressure on R14, not just attack the 2 heavy stones. So it's either this one, or it can be closer, Q9, R9, but playing that close at R8, obviously this wants to attack the 2 stones more than R14. So if White simply comes up, let's say a 1 space jump O6, Black can extend R11, and this will give Black a base and in the same time attack R14. But White can actually counter pincer R10, so R10 will give some support to R14, but in the same time it's also attacking R8 while trying to induce the way out for the 2 stones at Q6. So this means if Black simply jumps, White can jump along, and in the same time, having R10 in place, this will follow up with S8 and try to connect up or down. So this can happen, but maybe Black will choose Kosumi in order to make sure White is not going to use S8 and connect underneath. But in this case, being away from the 2 stones, White can jump further. So White can still escape to the center quite lightly, and in the same time try to fix a base on the right side. So Black has these 3 heavy stones which need to go out into the center, and White will just fix like this, So this is a kind of position where white is quite safe on the right side after all. So it's good to consider the counter pincer of R10. Now this move white play here, it's a little bit questionable because having the two heavy stones at q6, when you play n3, you actually get yourself in trouble more. So this is a bit too aggressive. The Hane, it's an interesting idea. Normally just pull back, black goes down or connects solidly, then you gotta come out with the two stones somehow. Kosumi, attach and go up, or the problem is white also got a heavy group on the bottom, so if white extends here, black will just surround the two stones on the right. So obviously playing n3 just created more problems for white and you didn't need that. Therefore white tries Hane, which is a bit more active, but in this case black can play very simple. Simply connect, and now when white comes up with this group, black can catch this guy. If white defends on the bottom, black will go for the other two stones. But black played an Atari on the second line, and this is not so great. It's better for black to cut instead. So if black doesn't just connect solid at 0-4 and cuts here, when white goes down, black can keep fighting, for example 0-2. And now if white decides to save the stones, it's gonna be a lot of crawling and it's painful. And if white will give up the stones, let's say Atari and Atari again, black gets some profit here, and white stones on the outside are still somewhat floating and lots of issues to fix. So yeah, not so great. Therefore, black should consider the cut or simply connect solid. Now the Atari under actually helps white. Now there are cutting points into black's formation here and here, so it's difficult for black next. Because normally black has to come back to 0-4, and this gives white the freedom to escape. But black went up. Well, the cuts are still there. So for example, if white plays here, black will catch the stone, then white Atari from behind, black needs to connect, and white goes out. All of a sudden, black starts running too. What else? If black extends here, white can catch a stone and make a base. But yeah, for white it's interesting to save these q6 stones. So next move, it's a little bit slow in a way, because the fight is still important on the right side. I mean, you want to make sure the q6 stones are safe. And the thing is, on the bottom, when you play a move like this, black can still attach in the corner here or play San-San, so the corner is not completely white. Therefore, if you worry about the lower left corner, e3 would be the move. But in the same time, with a move at g3, you want to make use of your 3 stones on the bottom to connect them and give them an extension. So this will happen normally. But it's really not important to play here. It's better to push one time, because these stones are losing liberties for black, so black has to go out and then escape from the right side. The cuts are still a problem for black at 0-2 and 0-4. And also there is the clamp at p3. You don't know yet exactly which move to use. So this was risky, and the block is too much. The proper move for white here, it's a one space jump at k3. If black plays the wedge, you go Atari, connect and defend. And now of course there's a lot of potential on the bottom side, but what to do with the 2 stones on the right? They seem to be running out of space. So once you block here as white, black can cut right away. This is the way to punish. Because normally on this cut, white has to extend. And then black can push one time. If white goes in the middle, black will catch these 2 stones. If white Hane or Nobi, black will just net and kill the other 3 stones. So this is a direct punishment. Cut where you can cut. Therefore, the proper shape is to jump. And then later in the game, when you have a chance, you block L2. This is the order of moves. So luckily, black turned and white got time to connect against the cut. And the way to defend here can also be one space jump like this. But yeah, k3 is proper. So black missed an opportunity to punish white here right away with a cut. If white plays Atari, black comes out with Atari, and then we have Miai between capture 3 stones or capture 1 stone. So this would be terrible. If white comes out here, black escapes, and then when white covers, black can escape again or just capture the stone. and white needs to connect his stones as well. If white plays here, you turn, then push again, and then catch the bottom stones. So either way, it's good for black if black cuts. Black missed the first opportunity to have a nice local fight. So white defends. Then black wants to cover and capture these two stones on a very large scale, but that's a bit too much. I mean, it's good enough just to play a one space jump or a keima. Try to catch them in a tight way. So white can use this clamp, threatening to cut. I mean, if black plays here, Atari, connect, and the two stones are captured. And in this case, black might just go up. Then white can play this move, threatening the cut, and then go in the corner. So there is still agi in this area, even if black surrounds the two stones. But it's a bit better to try to surround them in a tight way. Because this is a bit too loose, so white can just attach or keima to go out into the center, which happened. And still use the agi of p3, p2, p4, or even o4. So black jumps out, white jumps along. Here it's interesting to test black's reaction, whether to connect up or down, or simply go out with a one space jump. It's a bit dangerous to go to space jump, but black didn't really punish. So black had the right idea to try to cut with this attach, then cut, nobi, but instead of nobi, black can just hane here. Because now when white cuts, black goes out. If white goes down, black cuts this way. If white connects, black connects underneath. And then all of a sudden, this group is surrounded. The ladder is good for white, so black cannot play here because of this kind of capture. Black must pay attention to the ladders, and that's why it's good to double hane. If white plays Atari here, black connects. When white plays this move, black cuts back. When Atari, you go out. When push, nobi. So all of a sudden, all these stones are captured, and black builds a nice corner. So black had the right idea, but not the best follow-up. White pushed, then cut, and actually this is not the best cut because the ladder is working. So black should play here, and now there is no more ladder in this direction. Sorry, it's broken like this, and the other direction is broken too, because black has the stone in the middle. So there are no ladders for white, and therefore white has to come back and protect here, but now black will connect underneath, and it's not an easy fight. So once black cut like this, black is actually going to sacrifice the two stones and go for the other two in the corner, but this shape is already very powerful for white. Yeah, this hane is very good, lots of cutting points. So white got this turtle formation, super strong, and these two stones in the corner, they still have some agi to exploit later in the game. Yeah, that was a good exchange. I mean, to approach c9, because it prepares the invasion at c12. So when black plays the kick, actually there is still a problem on the left side. Therefore, black needs to play a peep here and a jump or another move to make sure white doesn't come inside and damage the left. Otherwise, white will come in at c12 and erase the base. Now this move is going to prepare some shortage of liberties, but it's actually not centered. So it's not necessary to play L3. Only when black plays another approach move. So let's say right now, how is the agi here? Yeah, let's say white just plays here to erase the corner or fix the group on the side. Let's suppose something like this happens and black plays this nobi. This is threatening a snapback, so now it's time to connect the three stones. Also, if black plays Atari, you just connect. If he hane, you block. If Atari, connect. If he connects, you connect. So it's really not necessary to defend in advance. I mean, this move, it's no need. If you play hane and he pulls back here, threatening a snapback, then you connect, then he hane and you nobi. So you prevent being pressed down, but it's just a matter of a few extra points. Therefore, when black plays this move, just play away. No problem. So this was slack. This is good. You need to connect now. This push does actually, you can ignore this. So if you play here and black pushes down, you hane. If you hane, you block. If Atari connect, if he takes a liberty, you take this one. The thing is, black can play this Kosumitsuke and hane and keep white a bit lower, and he raises a lot on in the center. But yeah, it's not even center. So this is kind of too proper. Yeah, kick, then extend, and now white is using those cutting points on the right side actually soon. This is a big cut actually, it's good. Go out. Now all of a sudden black stones in the middle are heavy. So white is coming back here and starts building points by killing stones. Let's erase this. That's good. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, white could push here earlier, because this push is center and then connect. Even cut here, it's annoying. How to answer? Take the stone, no B. If this happens, Atari from behind, connect, and connect like this. And all of a sudden, these 3 stones are captured, and now white doesn't have to worry about the connections in the middle. So Kosumitsuke, hane, that's good, because you're looking to kill J6. Cover. It's interesting to push though. If black plays here, you can Atari, and once you escape on the right, there's a problem to kill everything for black. So just hane to connect. Okay, Atari defend. This Atari is good. But how about push right now? It's still interesting to push, then play Atari, try to kill the left side. If black plays here, you cut everything like that. Then when black comes out, there's a crazy fight going on. Atari, Atari again, connect, push. Black is very short on liberties. So now something will die. Most of the right side dies. Oh wow. And this middle group looks bad too. Yeah, this is terrible for black. Because now black just collapses here, the corner is about to die, and white managed to escape in the center in the process. So the other group can die too. This looks like a disaster, but it's a very long sequence. So white just played Atari, connect. Then here white shows some fighting spirit, that's a nice move. I mean, normally white should just protect here or play Kosumi and then invade C12. But being so strong on the bottom and in the middle, it's also okay to try to cover this stone. So for example, white can play Kosumi. If black goes down, you surround everything and you're trying to catch this group in the process. Also, it's good enough to play a one space jump like this, because if he goes down, you can go down. When he plays here, you descend. If he comes out, you play Kosumi, cover, and even if these groups connect, they die together. So it's absolutely fine. The idea was good with the cap, but the cap actually pushes black out into the middle. Anyway, he went down. You don't need a jump into this direction because these groups are connected. You better jump to the middle so you keep the D9 stone safe. I mean, when he turns here, now you can jump like this to make sure you kill the group in the center. So that's quite tough for black. On this pip, I would play here, because even if he pushes and he cuts, the group in the center still looks terrible and the one on the left side can die in the process. Well, black was using the cuts, but eventually he got captured. It's just that now the left side, it's a bit tricky for white too. Maybe here, black should give up the 2 stones and just protect calm and try to catch these 2 and the one in the middle in order to compensate here for the loss in the center. Because a few moves ago, white could kill much more in that area, and now black can compensate a little bit. So go out, that's brave. Actually here, white can hane. If black pushes like this, block. If Atari connect, and where does the group go? Push, play here, Atari, escape, double Atari. Pff, it's a disaster for black. Anyway, it's tough for black still. It looks like black is going to be captured in every way possible. Yeah, this cut is good. Cover. Make a lot of points in the middle. Actually, why can't just connect? Because if black comes out somehow to save the 2 stones, it's still a lot of RG here. So why can't attach, then Nobi, then play this move, then cut. So when black comes here, you just catch the 2 stones and they connect, and now this other group needs to leave. So there's more profit. This way, black can push through to save the left side, and you need another move in the middle. Oh, he came out here. That's too brave. Yeah, that's the right push. Yeah, so on this move, black can try to go for a snapback, but he still needs to cut. So white has time to catch those stones. Yeah, this is fine. Go out with good shape. Bamboo. Full, lots of stones died in the middle. And now white saved the right side and game it's over. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is good. Take away liberty. And here white can cut like this. Because when black pulls back, you have the option to play Kosumi. On this move, you play this one. Atari, you connect. If he plays Atari, you go down. If he tries to connect under, there's a Dame Tsumari, so it doesn't work. Actually, you don't even need to play this move. You can play away Hane, some other things. And when he connects here, it still works to play Atari and catch the tail. So that's a good cut. Now, if you cut here and black decides to defend and try to connect underneath, you have Atari. And when he connects here, you capture 2 important stones. And if he connects here, you capture more stones. So there's a lot of RG on the right side still. This is not such a big catch to go for a couple of extra points in the middle. But yeah, black is just losing more. So this is a capture of 3 stones plus 1, 6, 8, about 10 points. It's bigger to play Hane here, because even if black escapes by taking 1 stone, so he saves the 3 stones, you still damage him on the right side. And in the meantime, once you capture this guy in the top with a lot of surrounding territory, that's like 15-20 points. So, but no matter what white plays now, it's an easy win. Anyway, it feels good to play here because, well, black can connect that stone and grab some territory. Oh, but now, yeah, black was supposed to go down and then Hane block. Like this, white will turn and catch a few more stones. Ooh, lots of stones actually. Very good. They died really big. This is all forced. Turn, very good. Kill some more. Push and cut. And boom. Game over. Very nice shape to connect like this and catch everything. So this group died. The top stones died. Well, these guys can still die on the right side. Overall, white was always one step ahead in this tactical fight. So it's nice to see a convincing win pretty much from start to finish. Enjoy the review.